soul sprite pop and fizzle in the darkness. How strange it was to watch a god's heartbeat. From the moment he'd entered the once silent vault, a soothing hum had echoed through the cavern like a distant song. It swam through the shadows, a light in the void beneath the citadel, and gave this dark place life. He stood in the black rock cavern, centered beneath the massive Saldean map with cities burned from its fibers. The soul sprite's pedestal stood atop its platform, holding the greatest treasure on the continent. The glittering orb shone brilliantly gold, like it held a star at its center, and symbols made of light rotated incessantly across its edges. It hovered, brighter here in Celeborn's darkness than when he'd first seen it in the Antiquity's chest. How odd. The goddess's sacrifice had fortified his home, and he owed the Antiquity a great debt for what she had done. Based on everything she had told him, and everything Dahlia had said, he suspected it was a debt he would have to repay soon. Emerald flares of light twisted and spun off the orb's golden center, flickering this way and that like some enchanted fire that fed on the unseen, contained within a casing that could crack at any moment. And in its depths, he heard whispers. So quiet that they weren't even words, just voices really. The whispers bubbled from the depths of the orb. A bone-deep chill raced down his arms, and a pang of dread stirred in his chest like a storm hitting the sea. The whispers continued, thick with the promise of secrets no mortal man should ever know. If only he would come closer, perhaps he would understand. He grimaced and tore his eyes away, his jaw tensing as the soul sprite's magic nearly snared him. Whatever it truly was, whatever death had done to create it, it still belonged to the Creator, and Connor had to be careful how he wielded it. So very, very careful. "You heard them," the Wraith King observed. "The voices." It wasn't a question. A rush of inky darkness rolled across the ground at Connor's feet, and the air shifted with the weight of eyes on his back. The light around him dimmed ever so slightly as the ghoul emerged from the depths of the in-between, but he noticed it all the same. The soul sprite's golden light flowed across the dead king's skeletal face like a reflection off water, rippling and unsteady as he circled the pedestal. He watched it, and blips of light even stretched into the hollow sockets that had once been his eyes. "What are they?" Connor asked. "Those whispers." "That is death," the Wraith King explained. "And the fates, I suppose." "Death," Connor muttered to himself. To hear the voice of death itself seemed insane, surreal, impossible. When he'd first taken the mantle of the Wraith Blade, he never would have dreamed the world could be this big, that gods were real and their magic trumped man's, that everything, even Spellgust itself, had belonged to death from the beginning. "They were designed by death," the Antiquity had told him when she had given him this awe-inspiring power from her own chest. "Formed in the forges of both worlds, and he infused them with my soul when he created me, long ago." "Think he's coming for it?" Connor asked with a nod to the soul sprite. "Think he wants it back?" At first, the Wraith King didn't answer. The old ghost hovered opposite him, staring into the gold and green lights of a magic that surpassed them both, and yet one which had given them power beyond reckoning. "I do not know," the ghoul eventually confessed. Comforting.